This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 25, local news you can count on. Today's news is brought to you in part by Dr. George Leaks, Pahrum's optometrist since 1990, offering full spectrum eye care for children and adults. Call today, 727-8300. News is also brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Thanks for tuning in to News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. We hope you had a safe and sane Independence Day holiday. Well, Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue Chief Scott Lewis says fireworks caused dozens of brush fires over the holiday weekend, but the rash of brush fires actually started late last week.
It actually started later in the week. We started experiencing a significant number of brush fires. The evidence at the scene suggested that there was fireworks involved. As the weekend progressed, the number of those fires increased until Saturday evening. There was a significant number of brush fires that occurred during the town's professional show. Crews responded to approximately 27 related fires within about an hour and a half period of time. Those incidents continued throughout the night into the early morning hours, and crews continued to respond. There was no cessation of responses or personnel. Everything was handled in a timely fashion, and there were no injuries.
You prepared for this ahead of time, right?
We have an event and an incident action plan that we had developed earlier in the week, and we deployed that, and it worked to our satisfaction. Everything was covered, and all the incidents were managed without any type of response delays.
And there was no fires caused by the professional fireworks show. The 48th Annual Freedom Festival, brought to you by Zambelli Fireworks, has been uploaded to our Facebook and YouTube pages. If you missed the professional fireworks show held by the town of Pahrump, you can view it and share it from our pages. We'll have more on the Freedom Festival on tomorrow night's broadcast. Well, Nevada Highway Patrol is investigating a deadly crash involving a bicyclist Friday night here in Pahrump. The cyclist was killed as they rode along Basin Avenue near Petrick Park.
Well, crews were initially dispatched for a report of a pedestrian motor vehicle accident in the area of Jollion Basin. As they arrived on location, they found the accident scene further west towards Boot Hill. Crews initially found what appeared to be a bicycle-only accident with significant damage sustained to the bicycle. There was a patient. They completed a quick assessment and determined that the patient did not survive the injuries incurred. It was later learned that a vehicle was involved, however, had left the scene. That vehicle subsequently returned to the scene later on, but it was actually another vehicle. But the occupants of the involved vehicle arrived back. They were medically assessed and then declined any medical treatment or transport.
Well, as Chief Lewis mentioned, the driver of the vehicle, who is said to have been a juvenile involved, left the scene of the crash immediately after, but did return later. NHP has not released any additional details about the crash or the names of those involved. An early morning fire destroyed a travel trailer parked along Corbin Street here in Pahrump. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue Chief Scott Lewis explains what happened.
Around 1:30 this morning, we were dispatched for a report of a structure fire with an unknown status of the occupant. As we arrived on location, we found a well-involved travel trailer that was placed on the shoulder of the road, with certain parts of it still on the road surface. There was no one immediately around the vehicle. Crews assessed, quickly extinguished. There was no further extension to any of the nearby ground cover, and through a thorough search, they found that it was unoccupied at the time of the fire. It was a travel trailer that was a residence. However, it was not set as a fixed resident in that current location, or that location that it was set. Earlier today, we found the occupant, who was in the vehicle or in the trailer at the time of the fire. He ran, he hid as he was afraid, and it was determined to be unintentional, accidental in nature.
Well, on Friday, March 27th, we lost NHP Trooper Sergeant Ben Jenkins in the line of duty. The Nevada Department of Public Safety, the Nevada Highway Patrol, and the Jenkins family invites our community to join as we celebrate the life of Ben Jenkins. That will be held tomorrow, Wednesday, July 8th, beginning at 9:30 in the morning. The event will be live streamed from Elko on the Nevada Department of Public Safety's Facebook page. We'll have more on that on tomorrow night's broadcast. We'll return with more news right after this.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Star Nursery, your garden's partner for every bloomin' thing. News 25, local news you can count on.
Welcome back. Well, buying cars online may be convenient, but it's opening the door to scams as well. Angela Miles has more on how to protect yourself from becoming a victim in today's Business First Brief.
Here's Angela Miles with today's Business First Brief.
The shift to buying cars online is opening the door to scams. There are plenty of advantages and legit ways to purchase a vehicle on the internet. However, the National Consumer League has the following warnings. Never wire money or use a bank-to-bank transfer. Don't sell or buy a car from someone who's unable to meet with you face-to-face. Never buy a car or truck you haven't actually seen. Beware that scammers can create phony vehicle history records. Have a mechanic you trust check the car. Never believe a transaction is guaranteed by eBay, Craigslist, or PayPal. They just don't do that. And if you have been a victim, please report it to fraud.org.
To find out where you can see us every day, go to businessfirstam.com.
Thanks, Angela. Well, some sad news in the music industry today. Country music legend Charlie Daniels, best known for the hit The Devil Went Down to Georgia, has died. He was 83 years old. His publicist says that the artist had a stroke in Tennessee and was pronounced deceased. Daniels, a Country Music Hall of Fame inductee and the Grand Ole Opry alumni, was born in North Carolina, but quickly felt at home in Nashville. Well, Nevada Highway Patrol troopers on paid administrative leave while authorities investigate the fatal shooting of a man after a traffic stop in Elko.
Friday, June 26th at 10:20 p.m., Trooper Jacob Evans stopped a vehicle being driven by 30-year-old Aaron Keller of Spring Creek. That traffic stop quickly escalated into the fourth officer-involved shooting this year for Nevada Highway Patrol.
Upon contact with Mr. Keller, Trooper Evans detected signs of impairment and requested that Mr. Keller exit the vehicle. Mr. Keller exited and almost immediately fled on foot east on River Street and then south on 12th. As he pursued on foot, Trooper Evans drew his electronic control device, also known as a taser, and warned Mr. Keller of his intent to use it to stop Mr. Keller.
You have any weapons on you?
No, I don't.
All right.
Please, officer, I didn't smoke any.
Come on out, stand out right in front of my car.
Please, you can't do this, sir.
What's wrong?
Officer, please. I feel like...
All right, go ahead, stand in front of my...
Mr. Keller then proceeded to draw a firearm which was concealed in a bandana in his right rear pocket and fired several rounds at Trooper Evans as they ran. Trooper Evans immediately returned fire, striking Mr. Keller.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired!
Medical personnel were immediately summoned and aid was provided to Mr. Keller. However, he succumbed to his wounds on scene. The Elko Police Department was requested by the Highway Patrol to respond to the scene and began their investigation into this use of force by our agency. Additional investigative resources were later requested from the Washoe County Sheriff's Office, FIS. The Department of Public Safety's Office of Professional Responsibility is also conducting an internal investigation into the use of force. This review will address policy, training, and tactics as they relate to the incident.
Colonel Solo says Keller has a criminal history dating back to 2010 and was on probation for burglary and other charges at the time of the shooting. Solo also says Keller was not legally permitted to be in possession of a firearm due to prior felony convictions.
Thanks to Brad Francis for that report. Well, Nye County is reporting 128 confirmed cases of COVID-19 positives. That's up 12 during the weekend. There's a reminder that the antibody positives do not count in the county's overall active total. If you would like to get tested for COVID or an antibody test, they are available here in Pahrump, Amargosa, and Beatty through Serenity Health. We'll give you the phone number for that. That's 702-234-5398. You can also email pahrump@serenitymentalhealth.org for an appointment. There's also locations available in Tonopah, 775-302-5800 and 775-482-6659 are the phone numbers for that locations. Nevada Medicaid now covers COVID-19 testing and testing-related services for most uninsured Nevadans available under the Families First Coronavirus Relief Act. Most Nevadans who are either uninsured or enrolled in a limited benefit Medicaid eligibility group may be eligible for coverage. There is no resource or income test for this group. The coverage includes screening and testing for both diagnostic and serology antibody testing for COVID-19. The COVID-19 diagnostic test will identify if a person is currently infected with the coronavirus, and an antibody test identifies if the person had previously been infected. Testing is available for both symptomatic and asymptomatic individuals, and chest x-ray services are also covered. To apply for those benefits, including Medicaid, you can go to accessnevada.dwss.nv.gov. That's accessnevada.dwss.nv.gov. If you missed any of that, that is on our local Pahrump Facebook page as well. We'll return in just a moment with your court report.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. News 25, local news you can count on.
Well, the Nevada Supreme Court has issued a reversal of a court case that happened here in Pahrump without prejudice. The DA says he plans on retrying this case.
In this week's court report, his court conviction has been reversed as of this Tuesday, June 30th, and now Jason Gall is awaiting a new trial. Gall is the area man accused in the alleged statutory rape of a young woman who is now his wife, and his bride is also the sister of his ex-girlfriend. In his latest court update, an order of reversal and remand was filed earlier this week. It specifically states regarding Gall's case to order the judgment of conviction reversed and remand this matter to the district court for a new trial. So what does this all mean regarding his case and for Jason Gall, who had been previously sentenced in this case? Well, now that remains to be determined in court. According to the reversal order, Gall argues the district court abused its discretion when it restricted his cross-examination of the state's primary witness, NCSO now Captain David Berukowitz, regarding potential bias because of a settlement by the county regarding another case, and by the DA's office submitting improperly authenticated text messages and improperly noticed emails by their cell phone and email service providers. Gall says those errors were harmful to his case, so reversal is warranted. In response, the state of Nevada agrees and calls for a new trial. The charges previously set forth against Gall included incest, child abuse and neglect, sexually motivated lewdness with a child under 14, unlawful use of a minor in production of porn, and promotion of sexual performance of a minor. The court previously sentenced Gall on count 1 to 24 to 60 months consecutive to count 2, 20 to life. On count 3, 232 days in jail consecutive with 232 days credit for time served. On count 4, 10 to life consecutive, and on count 5, 5 to life consecutive. And there were other previous issues regarding Gall's case and sentencing. Notably, during Gall's sentencing hearing, his attorney, Jonathan Nelson, made an oral motion for withdrawal as attorney of record. But at that time, the court denied the defense's motion and states that counsel may file a written motion. After Gall was remanded back to the custody of the Nye County Detention Center, notably there was a formal defense motion to withdraw as attorney that was filed back in February 2019. Regarding these new revelations in Gall's case, District Attorney Chris Arabia says that he fully intends to retry this case and that the District Attorney's Office has all of the evidence in order to successfully prosecute Gall. Also notably, arguably, Arabia was not given enough time with this case because he was elected to the DA's office and started his job a little more than a week before Gall's case went to trial. Arabia says he understands the Supreme Court's decision in this case and has released this official statement to News 25. My team is already working on this case to make sure that we get justice moving forward. Arabia continues that this case was tried before I took office and that he has made changes in the district attorney's office to make sure that these kinds of errors do not happen in the future. This has been your court report. I'm Unette Gentry for News 25.
Thanks, Jeanette. Well, childhood obesity is a problem worldwide, and that's no secret that kids need to move more. In fact, a recent global study shows the majority of teens and tweens aren't meeting physical activity guidelines. Dr. Amy Snyderman of Cleveland Clinic Children says the numbers are eye-opening.
It was a little surprising to me, though, the percentage of kids who weren't getting enough activity. It ranged, it varied from country to country and somewhat between boys and girls, but the rates were for most countries above 75%.
The study looks at surveys from 1.6 million students worldwide between the ages of 11 and 17. Results suggest in 2016, more than 80% of students were not meeting physical activity guidelines. The World Health Organization recommends at least 60 minutes of exercise each day for kids. Dr. Snyderman says exercise is good for a child's physical and emotional health. She says a sedentary childhood can lead to poor eating habits, obesity, and health problems into adulthood. The bottom line is kids need to be more active, and parents can pave the way.
Maintaining an active lifestyle, going outside and playing every day, making time for it, doing things as a family, going for walks, going for hikes, going to the park together, demonstrating it as a parent, and sort of living that lifestyle yourself can help kids to remain active.
Dr. Snyderman recommends setting firm limits on screen time to encourage active play. Complete results for the study can be found in The Lancet.
Well, on today's Save a Pet, we meet Princess, a 5-week-old kitten available for adoption from our local shelter.
Today's Save a Pet is proudly sponsored by Jason Ernest with Mountain West Lawyers. Call 775-727-9500.
Today we bring you Princess. Princess is a 5-week-old black and gray kitten that was found on Calvada Boulevard as a stray. She came in very sick with her eye injured and many foxtails in her fur. She's in good health now and available for adoption right now at Desert Haven Animal Society. You can give them a call at 775-751-7020. You can look them up on Facebook at Desert Haven Animal Society, or you can visit them on Surrey Lane behind the Nye County Courthouse off Basin Avenue. Remember, if you're a senior or a veteran, you get your adoption fees waived. Come on down to Desert Haven Animal Society.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Well, as we head into our break, we're just going to take a look outside and see what it looks like on that weather cam. We'll be right back.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hello and welcome back to News 25. I'm Michael Donahue. Today's weather. In Las Vegas, we had a high of 109 degrees, a low of 79, 117, a low of 83 in Death Valley, 107, 69 in Amargosa, 103, 64 in Beatty, 96, 55 in Goldfield, 94, 54 in Tonopah, 89, a low of 50 in Carson City, 97, 51 in Fallon, and finally up in Fernley, 95, the low is 53 degrees. Now today in Pahrump, we saw sunny skies. Our high today was 105 degrees. Winds coming out of the south-southwest up to 13 miles per hour, 6% humidity, and 5:32 this morning for our sunrise. Now for tonight, we're expecting clear skies. The low is going to be 76 degrees. Winds coming out of the southeast up to 12 miles per hour. Humidity at 9%, and our sunset at 8:04 tonight. Now taking a look ahead to that 7 days, still expecting sunny skies all through Friday. We do have some clouds rolling in for the weekend, and then sunny skies set to return again on Monday. Now we still are going to be dealing with some steadily high winds through the week, anywhere between 12 to 16 miles per hour. And also now looking at our temperatures, we are going to be back in those triple digits for the foreseeable future. Just about those low hundreds from today through Friday, anywhere between 100 and 105 degrees. Then we're going to jump up a little bit hotter to 108 and 109 for our highs for the weekend and the beginning of next week. Now for overnights, we're also starting to get a little bit toasty. From Tuesday to Friday, we're pretty much going to be jumping around in those 70s. Then we're going to get up into the lows of 80 degrees over the weekend. And so now with that, we're going to throw it back to the desk with Deanna.
Thanks, Michael. Yeah, that's going to be super hot this weekend. All right, well, that's going to wrap up this edition of News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell from all of us here at KPVM-TV and Ace Country Radio. Have a great night. We'll see you back here tomorrow.